Hello, welcome to Tarot by the Moon. This is Tasha at Tarot by the Moon. Welcome, hello. Thank you to everyone who's supported this channel so far. I'm so excited and happy to welcome new subscribers as well. So welcome you guys and thank you so much. It's been quite a journey. We're just under a year of doing this channel, and there's continuous growth and there's continuous learning for myself, and glad to be back. I will say this is take 3. I've tried to do 2 other videos since I spoke to you last, and long story, won't bore you with it, but it wasn't meant to be, it didn't happen. I had actually done the videos, but technical dramas didn't happen anyway. So I'm here now, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, this is the one. Okay. Really exciting, obviously. You've probably all heard about it and been reading about it and whatever. It's a total lunar eclipse in Scorpio this evening. Or it might have been last night, depending on where you are on the planet, Now, eclipses are classically a time of great transformation, great change. But the sign of Scorpio, it falling in the sign of Scorpio, makes it even more so, because Scorpio energy is all about transformation. Scorpio energy rules over birth, death, sexual energy and all of that kind of thing. So it's very transformative energy. Very, very transformative. Anything that's got to be let to go, anything that's got to be allowed to die, anything that's got to be allowed to be swept away, and then anything that's bringing the new life in. And of course we need to sweep away the old to bring in the new. Okay. Very, very intense energy. A water sign, the deepest of the water signs. Not scared of that deep dive. You might have been feeling quite emotional. You might have been looking at a lot. There might have been a lot of stuff coming up over the last couple of days, in fact, because I believe the moon went into Scorpio about 2 days ago. It's actually changing over later on today into Sagittarius. So over the last few days you would have been feeling this eclipse energy, and it peaks today. But it depends. Now, it's different for everyone. You may have already felt the effects of certain issues within yourself that you've hidden away, that have been hidden away, or that is things that you don't want to look at in your shadow and things like that. Manipulative energies, where you've allowed yourself to be manipulated, or where you've used manipulating energy yourself. All of that's coming up. But when I say it's coming up, when it comes up, don't sort of like add to the drama and the negativity, which will just cause you to stay in that energy and not get it healed by criticising yourself, criticising other people, judging harshly, and all of those sorts of things. But just simply recognise it. Just simply recognise that that's what you've been doing, or that's what you've been allowed to be doing, or whatever the circumstance may be. Simply observe it. Simply observe it and attach no emotion to it. Just allow it to heal. Allow it to be released and washed away in this Scorpio lunar eclipse, and just allow it to heal and just start doing different, okay? I hope that makes sense. I hope that's helpful. It's I think we've talked about Scorpio. We've had full moons and Scorpio readings on you before that weren't lunar eclipses, but were just full moons and Scorpios, and they were pretty intense. And I know a lot of you were getting back to me and saying how intense things had been, how emotional you'd been, how much stuff had come up for healing. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if that's even more so the case right now with you guys. So sending you so much love and so much support out there. And like I say, be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with other people. Just realise what is going on without sort of adding to the... when it's difficult, and sometimes we look at ourselves and go, wow, no, and I was doing this and then they were doing that. Well, just observe it, realise that, maybe I have used that manipulating energy, maybe I have allowed myself to become manipulated, etc., whatever those shadows are that we're integrating, and then just allow it to be released. Ask your guides for help. if you're feeling emotionally overwrought, which is quite normal under the Scorpio energy as well, and it can be really tiring. You might have been really tired. Take it easy. Like I always recommend, you guys, drop in with your breathing, okay? Slow the breathing down. Bring yourself back to your centre. There's lots of techniques you can try. Find one that works for you. I recommend a simple 3 big deep breaths. So on the inhale, filling our belly up. And on the exhale, we're releasing, okay? 3 times will slow you right down. And don't think about anything else except for that in and out of your breath. Feel your heart. Drop in, ask for guidance. Okay. Highly recommend that, you guys. I've had a brilliant week. Last week I was buzzing when I came on and I tried to make the first video because I'd had such an amazing experience, and I'll share it with you now. I was contacted by a lady who I'm lucky enough to be networking with for some time, in a different spiritual network that I recommend you guys have a look at, called Light Grid. And she's been watching the channel, bless, and she's in New Zealand. And this lady actually approached me. She's actually a living oracle herself. She's actually approached me, and she's always given me validations and things like that of where I'm up to on the video. It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful energy. And she asked me if I would like a star name reading. I was so excited because all the starseed subjects, you know, is a fascinating subject. A lot of us have gone, oh, it's so fascinating, but I'm not sure what my starseed origins are. I'm not sure what that's all about. I was so privileged that she just actually approached me and said, I can give you your origins, I can give you the reading, I can give you your gifts, your mission. Would you like to, you know, no pressure, no sales, nothing like that. Very, very genuine, 100% genuine. And of course I knew it was for real, and I couldn't wait. I was like an excited kid, to be honest with you. So it was absolutely wonderful experience. Getting a little bit of a chill there, thinking about it now. It was absolutely wonderful experience. We were trying to do it via Zoom, but it just wouldn't happen. It must have been the retrograde or something, because it just wasn't happening for me that day via the Zoom. So we did it via the video chat, and it was absolutely amazing. And I'm sending you all the love, my darling. She knows who she is. That was so beautiful of you to come forward and offer me there. And I tell you what, it's I could do a whole show just about this, all right, about the starseed things. Anyway, I was going to share with you guys my starseed name, and my starseed name that has been given me, channeled by my beautiful friend via the Pleiadian grandmothers there. That's all, you know, it feels wonderful. Is Zelius. Now, it's Z. Some of my friends I've mentioned it to, it's brought a smile to so many faces. We're going to say Z for short, so watch out. I might soon be changing the names of my services to Mama Z's Tarot or something similar to that. So it's Zelius. What a wonderful vibration. And I hope that that's put a smile on some more faces out there. So I've got my origins in I'm a big believer in reincarnation, and that our soul gets processed and reincarnated on many planes of existence and in many lifetimes, okay, until we learn all of the lessons that we're here to learn. And it's just amazing. And she's actually confirmed for me that my soul has originated in the Pleiades. So I'm just stoked about that, because I've had... Now, another one of my friends who watches this, she knows who she is as well. Last year, we kept getting very Lyran sort of experiences about the bipedal lions and all of that were making themselves known to us and everything. But I always know that behind that, and I feel like over the last couple of years, I've sort of gone back, and you guys may have had a similar experience, where I sort of, a couple of years ago, I was privileged to remember a very ancient lifetime of mine, which went back to sort of like ancient Babylon sort of times, around about 590 BC to be precise. I did a podcast about it at the time. And then last year I was getting all of this Lyran energy, and then back even further than that, I've had it confirmed, and I've always suspected this, whenever I've read up about these things or looked at these things, I've always felt that Pleiadian energy and link, and I've had it said to me by other people before, but I really feel like it's been confirmed now. So I'm back to my original roots of my Pleiadian soul, and it's absolutely wonderful. I didn't have a middle name given to me in this lifetime, so maybe that's why. Maybe I should drop Zelius in the middle there. I've also got an American Indian name, but that's another story. Maybe I'll drop them all in between or something. Anyway, enough of that. As I say, I could go on and on, talk on and on about that. It's a fascinating subject, and I recommend you all to open your minds to that and have a look what comes up for you guys. Okay, so that was my exciting thing to share with you guys. Let's go in with a reading of Tarot by the Moon, a full moon eclipse, Scorpio. Now, as I've said, later on we are changing to Sagittarius, so any heavy, I think, emotions you've been processing, any sort of intense sort of feelings that you've been trying to heal and release over the last few days up till today, it is going to start getting better. It is going to ease off. Like I always say, I love this transition from Scorpio to Sagittarius. It proves perfectly how the cosmos takes care of us and how nature takes care of us, because it goes from that dark, brooding, beautiful, absolutely love Scorpio, dark, brooding, deep sort of energy of Scorpio to Sagittarius, the archer, happy horses, and it's such a contrast, but it takes perfect example of how nature and how the cosmos takes care of us, because it takes us out of that heaviness and then into that light-hearted Sagittarian, the comedian of the horoscope, so we're going to be feeling a lot lighter and a lot more energetic and a lot more able to just shake those blues and have a laugh and things like that over the next day or two. Okay, my love, so that being said, I hope it's helpful. I'm going to go in and call in the highest vibration of love into this reading for ourselves, for Mother Gaia, for the planet that we live on, for all of the animal life, for all of the beings that live here, the human life, the animal life, in no particular order, I might add. The aquatic life, the insect life, the bird life, the bacteria life, all of the life that teaches us and takes care of us, all of the life in the dimensions that we've yet to understand, all of the life in other realms, other galaxies, all of it and everything in between. Nothing but radical compassion and the highest vibration, the very, very highest vibration of love. And so it is, my darlings. Now, I'd just like to add, please give me a like, please give me a subscribe, and please give me a share on social media, because I'm still locked out of my Facebook account. And I'm just absolutely rubbish at those things. So please, any way you can help me, you guys, I'm so grateful. We're making dreams come true, and we're bringing us all closer together as a soul tribe. Also, if you just dropped into this reading, it's about to begin, but I just want to add that it's not for any particular star sign. It could be any sign at all. Anytime you look at it, there might be something in there for you. It's what I call microcosm, macrocosm. So that means that it might be something that's very personal to your life, that you really relate to, okay, that you really resonate with, or you might see how it fits into the larger picture, which also means that, and please don't underestimate this, what we're healing in our personal lives, what we're healing in our own SHIT, we're healing out there on the collective, and we're healing for all of it, okay? It's very powerful stuff. So that being said, let's go in with a read. Now, I've got some crystal power cards here by Jane Wallace. They're a wonderful deck of cards straight away. I only take the flippers and the fallers as well, my darlings. Watch me. Let's do that. We are. 4 came out straight away. I only ever take the flippers and the fallers, and 4 come out straight away. I'm so stoked from that. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Temperance, only my favourite card of the whole tarot, only my favourite energy of all. It's absolutely wonderful. This represents the area of air. We do it in the element spread here. So it's air, water, fire and earth. The air represents our mental processes and our thought process and how we're doing with all of that. I'm happy to say temperance is the most balanced energy. It's the energy of yin and yang flowing together perfectly. It's the flow of life. It's harmony, respect, where perhaps things in the past were not being, you might not have been feeling like you were being respected, or that you were respecting yourself, or there might have been something that was well out of balance in the past, but now you're starting to see how these things flow, how they work together, how it all part of the whole, how that how we can heal, We're really starting to figure that out mentally, in our thoughts, in our minds. And isn't that where all creativity begins? Isn't where everything that we've ever created has begun in the mind, in the element of air? Okay, so we can create a new world. We can create a fabulous new world in this new age that we're living in. Okay, that leaves this painful old world behind. It's going to be a distant memory, because we're holding this vision of it in our minds. Look at this vision here. We've got this beautiful lady. She looks so balanced. She looks so healthy, peaceful, gorgeous. She's got these beautiful irises growing around her. Irises are a symbol of hope, by the way. I'm just being reminded of that. They're a symbol of hope. They're a symbol of the rainbow. Iris, I'm sure this is Greek mythology, but you check, right? But I'm just being given this now, and I'm pretty sure I have read it at some point or another in my life. That Iris is the goddess of the rainbows. And that's to do with hope, okay? The iris flowers, they come out of water. Water represents emotions. So we're growing out of deep emotions of the Scorpio energy. I'm just going to fix my chain here a minute. So we're growing out the deep emotions of Scorpio energy, which is a water sign, as I've already explained, okay? So that's what I'm seeing here, and I've never really looked at that on this card before. We've got that beautiful golden sun behind her, okay? She's standing in this pool of water. This is perfect. This is showing us how we can use this eclipse energy to heal and bring balance back, all right? There's just a little bit of wind there. And we know there's a little bit of wind there because she's got like a ribbon in her hairdo, and the wind is just carrying it along prettily like that, okay? And obviously there's the earth, these beautiful plants growing out, the beautiful iris flowers growing out of them. That's perfect balance of elements. I've never really noticed that in this image before, but there it is. And that's what it's saying to us. That's what it's saying to us. We can use, people go, oh, it's the eclipse, blood moon. By the way, it's only called blood moon because it changes, the colour changes here. That no other, one of my astrologers that I follow also said, oh, it made her smile because Scorpio is not scared to get involved in the blood and the guts of situations, and it's blood moon. I thought, oh, that's pretty good as well. But it's not anything to be feared, is what I'm saying. Scorpio, the eclipse, the full moon. It's not. It's a perfect opportunity to bring this in. And I think many of us here on this collective know that. That's what we're seeing. That's the vision. That's the vision of humanity. That's the vision of yourself in perfect health, perfect balance. Just working with those energies, absolutely perfectly poised to create a new world. I've got two lovely boys here, two dogs. Mr. Milo's just come out, he's given me a lovely little cuddle by air. He's sat on my feet, he's just stepped a shot. That's what my hand's doing there. And instead of barking, he's just come over and sat there, and he's got that really peaceful little look on his face, and he's looking at me to say he 100% agrees. Mr. Murray's just sat out on my landing out there, watching out the big window, guarding us. Let's move on to the next one. We've got the Four of Wands. This is coming up in our area of water. This is how we're feeling. This is our heart chakra. This is the emotional stuff, okay, that we've been bringing up for healing, that we've been bringing up to integrate and have a look at. I'm happy to say it's another really, really positive energy. It's a Four of Wands. I'll take that all day long. It's about stability. It's a very stabilising energy, the four. It's the cornerstones of life. It's the building blocks of life. You think of four, you can build on that. You can build a house on that. You can make a solid frame with 4 rods. It's that energy, okay? Very, very industrious as well, I want to say. I feel like a lot of us here are doing the work the Scorpio is asking us to do, are doing the work that this full moon lunar eclipse energy is asking us to do, and we're remaining stable in our emotions throughout it. Now, that might not have always been the case, and I'm sure it hasn't, because you're not going to just wake up and be this stable. There's been a lot of hard work to get there. There's been a lot of feeling very unstable beforehand, is what I'm trying to say. It hasn't just, and then some of us might still be in the throes of that. But when we're seeing this, if you're still in the throes of feeling pretty unstable and feeling a little bit, which, like I said at the beginning, Scorpio can do that. It's such a deep dive. You can go a little bit over the top of there. You can get like sort of obsessive, very obsessive energy, Scorpio full moon. And if you have been feeling like that, take heart, okay? Because this has literally come up in the area of our hearts, because you're going to start to feel a lot more stable soon. You're going to rise up through it, okay? It doesn't last forever, that intensity of that Scorpio emotional deep dive energy. It's there for us to, it's there to help us look at those deep issues, but then we don't stay in it either. Like I've said, the cosmos looks after us, brings us out of it, all right? Allow yourself to be brought out of it, and allow yourself to be healed and be stabilised with this beautiful 4 rods. You're still stuck in those energies that feel a little bit deep and obsessive and things like that, okay? But I'm so happy to see that there. That is absolutely wonderful. Moving on to the next area, which is fire, which is our creativity, willpower, and our drive to get things done. I can see a beautiful 2 of Cups energy. I'm loving this reading. It's absolutely wonderful. It's got such lovely energy. 2 of Cups is all about love, relationships, bonds deepening, becoming stronger. This could be about commitment. This could be about an engagement. It's sort of like the halfway to marriage card, they call it very often. But in the context of this reading, I really feel it's looking at things more from a higher perspective. I feel like this is about our own divine relationship with our own higher self. This is about calling our higher self out. I mean, if that's not a vision of our higher self, yeah, on earth, manifest on earth, I don't know what is. I feel like this is about our own relationship with our own higher self, our own relationship with the divine, okay, which is the divine, which is the God spark. People talk about God like it's a separate entity from outside of ourselves. No. It's that spark of you. It's that spark of you, me, everybody, okay? It's about co-creating and making strong that relationship. It's about getting to know each other again. It's about getting to know yourself again, okay? Let it come from your solar plexus. Let it come from that passion. Let's have that passion and that drive to push forward, create the new earth. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's understand. Let's give ourselves that cup of love. Like I said at the beginning, it's easy to sort of like be with the eclipse energy and Scorpio and everything. It's easy to sort of be very self-critical and judge yourself and sort of hold yourself in that negative sort of emotions. Don't do that. Give yourself a cup of healing. Give yourself that beautiful cup, okay? And then you're able to share it with others because you've healed yourself, and then you're able to help others to heal. That's what makes a healer, okay? We can't get to that without first of having felt some pain, felt some drama, and all of those things. Alright, so it's well worth remembering. I'm absolutely loving this reading, you guys. The energy is gorgeous. The next one is the 6 of Wands. Thank you so much for sticking with me, by the way. I appreciate every one of you from the bottom of my heart. Please understand that and know that 100%. Whenever you guys get in touch with me, anything is absolutely amazing. 6 of Wands is an area of earth. This is what we're manifesting. This is what we're pulling through into the day-to-day of human life, okay? 6 of Wands is a card of victory, okay? Actually, at the bottom there, this little mantra says, I am proud of what I achieve and I accept my rewards. There you go. Do you know what I mean? Victory is the word that I always associate with the Six of Wands. Now, when I say victory, like I've said all the way through this lovely reading, it is victory, but it's victory after a time of struggle. It's not just like, it don't work like that. There have been struggles. We do need to acknowledge those. There have been massive lessons that we've had to learn about how life works, how we operate, how other people around us are operating, and so on and so on. Huge struggles, huge obstacles. That's what happens. But then, victory, okay? Victory, because you've actually held this vision. You've held this vision mentally. You've actually remained stable in your emotional state. And if you haven't, then stability is within reach. It's just around the next corner. You're healing. You're strengthening your relationship with your true self, your higher self, your inner soul, the reality, okay? Or with your God spark, with all that is, with the divine, whatever you prefer to call it. And at the end of all that, we're pulling through victory for humanity, victory for planet Earth. After a time of great obstacles, after a time of trials, which some of us are, and we are still in. It's not going to be saying, I've woke up this morning, I've looked at the window and I'm on a different planet. It's not how it works. It's not how that transition works. But we know it, and we know in this moment, it's victory. And I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Let's bring it on. I hope you're feeling that positivity. I certainly am, my loves. That's a wonderful tarot reading. Absolutely beautiful. Please give me a like. Please leave me a little comment in the box below, even if it's just a little smiley face, so I know you've enjoyed it. Get in touch with me in any way you can. Any way, shape, form, anyway. You guys know that. I would just like to add as well, if anyone approaches you on any social media platform or on YouTube or anything, asking you if you'd like a personal reading and asking you for money, it's a scam. It's not me. Just report it or ignore it, because it's definitely not me. I wouldn't do that. Okay, if you get in touch with me, I will set something up. If you wanted a personal reading, I will chat with you personally about it. You'll hear my voice on a telephone or something, or you'll see my face on a video chat. You'll know you're not getting scanned. So please be careful, okay? Just be mindful about that. Next one that I'm going to do is a moon ritual. Being as we are at a full moon, and it's Scorpio full moon. Let's see what comes up there for my lovely collective. Let's see. Right, so okay. Alright. I surrender to the full moon and perform a white sage ritual. Look at those beautiful giraffes. They're so unique, aren't they, giraffes? Whenever I see a giraffe, as an animal totem, I'm just reminded of uniqueness. Because they are like, what a giraffe. They just, come on, they're one of those totally unique creatures, and beautiful. Now, I recommend a white sage ritual, actually. It's, when I say a ritual, you don't have to get worried about it, or am I doing it right, am I doing it wrong? There's no really right or wrong way to do it. Do it from your heart, burn the sage, purify yourself, purify your home, purify your environment. I've actually been thinking this week as well a lot about detoxing. It's perfect time for a bit of a detox, and that's a way of detoxing your environment, a detoxing your home, that sort of thing, okay? So highly recommended. Surrender to the full moon is the important part there, is what I'm hearing as well. That's the important part of that message. It's about surrender. Surrender to this. Surrender to temperance. Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Let's surrender to temperance all day long. Let's surrender to Let's surrender to stability, temperance, strengthening love between ourselves and the divine. And let's just do that. I'm going to go in and do another little shuffle, because I'm just being called to. So be your unique self. Detox your environment in any way that you see fit. and surrender to it, okay? Another one with the word surrender in. There you go. Here we are. We're on fire here now. At full moon, I surrender my intentions for love to the universe. Wow. Wow. So, if anyone is looking for love, obviously, of the earthly, sort of kind, now's a very good time to ask for that to come in. But again, what I'm seeing is the energy of the Two of Cups that we've just discussed, which can mean that, but in the context of this reading, on a collective, on a sort of cosmic collective sort of scale, I feel this is about bringing in love, one love for the whole of humanity, that we all are able to open up. Let's call that in, so that all of the humans here are able to open up and find their true soul, and find this true soul purpose, and have that divine relationship with themselves and all there is, and with nature, okay? Because until we do that, until we're healing ourselves and healing all that, we're not really able to give. And I mean, I know this sounds like a cliche even these days, but a lot of us already know this and are working on this. It's true. You've got to love yourself first. You've got to learn that before you can sort of call this in. You can call it in, but it'll just reflect back to you all of the things that you haven't healed yet and whatever, okay? So be prepared for that, and that is very Scorpio. Yes, you could call in a romantic partner, but while there's parts of yourself that we haven't healed, that partner's just going to show you those in Technicolor. So be very careful of what you're calling in that way right now, and make sure you've healed as much as you can of yourself, okay? It's not to say to hold back from love, because I don't believe you should. I don't believe you should at all. Even, it all brings healing, and it all brings... even the relationships that you've called in for yourself that seemed very painful have all brought you healing, have all brought you what you needed, and it's a deep lesson to accept. But perfect time for trying to figure those things out and accept them. Scorpio full moon, absolutely. Scorpio brings as well a lot of sexual energy, a lot of maybe wanting to be seen as a sexual being and wanting to express your energy in that way as well. So it's very, very natural to feel those things at this time, and look at those things and look at your behaviours around those things, and heal it, okay? I've got my song Sexual Healing in my head now, you guys. How mad is that? Right, one more from the Fabulous Moon Rituals. But look how weird though. It literally had that word surrender in it as well. They both had the word surrender as the, Oh, there you go. Proof that Spirit's working with us here today. The full moon in Scorpio. The full moon in Scorpio will raise my vibrations and help me manifest greatness. So allow it. Allow this beautiful energy of this Scorpio energy to actually do that. Oh, I'm so in love with that. The full moon in Scorpio will raise my vibrations and help me to manifest greatness. Okay, what more could we want? What more could we want? We're truly grateful to Spirit guides there for bringing that card out for us. Look, it's got the horses on as well, because we know we're moving out of the Scorpio energy into Sagittarius energy. How perfect. Sorry, I laugh because the energy's like, So it's all about surrendering. Don't be scared of it. Everybody's it's Scorpio, it's blood moon, what does it mean? No, surrender to it, deal with it, have a look at all of those issues within yourself, okay? And then allow it to raise your vibrations to manifest your greatness. I'm absolutely loving that. That's amazing. Right. What else have we got? I want to do a Celtic oracle as well. These are very simple little oracles. Trees and animals. Let's see what comes up. Oh, beautiful. Love it. We've got a tree and an animal. Perfect. Lovely balance. Okay. So the animal we've had this before. the snake. Okay, it's a Gaelic word there. I won't try and pronounce it. I will, go on. Natir or something. Yeah, it's Gaelic or snake. Alright, my love. So that's all about renewal. That's all about transformation. And like I said at the beginning, Scorpio is one of the most transformative signs of all. Scorpion actually does shed its shell, completely similar to a crab, and grow a new one, very similar to a snake and all of those sorts of animals. So it's time for letting go of those old toxic habits and things like that, and different manipulative energies we may have been using. And like I said at the beginning, it's not to beat ourselves up about it. That wouldn't add anything constructive. It's just to notice that you're doing it and not do that anymore, or not allow yourself to have that done to you anymore, etc. And the next one we've got is ivy in the trees, which isn't strictly a tree, but it's a climber, as we know. It's called gort. They're in the Celtic tongue, Gaelic tongue, and it's all about always finding a way to climb and move on up and ascend. Actually, I'm going to read it to you from the book, but I've read about this before because it's in the Celtic tree calendar, which I was very interested in several years ago. I was actually going to produce one myself, and so I'd looked into this quite a lot, and it's actually about just being able to cling on and climb, never mind what. And you see ivy all year round. You see it all year round. I think its native month is September, around about Virgo time. But it's able to cling on and climb and find its way, never mind what. If that's not a sign of ascension, an oracle of ascension, I don't know what is, the ivy. I've always been very fond of ivy, I have to say, even when I was a young girl. So I was buying little pots of ivy. Right. Anything. So bear with me a second, you guys. I'm just looking at to read it to you from the book there. Right, ivy. The ivy is a powerful evergreen species that often outlasts the tree upon which it grows. It therefore represents strength, support, and endurance. Ivy also relates to matters of death, the immortality and resurrection of the spirit, intoxication, and the knowledge of things that are hidden and mysterious. It is also the symbol of undying love. That's why I put the lover's knot there in the middle. Right, now, how Scorpio is that though? So, matters of death, immortality, intoxication, and the knowledge of things that are hidden and mysterious. That is very Scorpionic energy. Very, very. It often outlasts the tree upon which it grows. That's interesting too. So, if we think of that in context of the planet the system we've lived in, the way that humanity has been, we are the ivy that's now outgrowing that old tree that has to die, that has to go, that supported us once. Those ways of living, maybe they were valid ones, they're not valid anymore. We're creating a new world. And the ivy will move on and find a new tree to cling to and grow with. I hope you're feeling that, I hope you're getting that. The snake, obviously self-expressive, but I'll read it to you from the little book. Just bear with me a minute, you guys. See what extra insights come up there for us. It's actually an adder, specifically. Renowned for shedding its skin. Very Scorpionic, as we've already said. The adder is evocative of the process of letting go of outdated habits. What have we said all the way through? Or ways of thinking. It represents metaphysical death, more Scorpionic energy, and rebirth. Oh, serious, that couldn't be more Scorpio eclipse. It's very healing and transformative. The adder is also associated with reincarnation and making connections to past lives. How fascinating. And I'm so glad I shared that little personal information about myself and my own views about reincarnation and my own beliefs about my own reincarnated soul with you guys, and to be opened up to actually open up to that, because it's come up there. It's been, Spirit has backed that up beautifully with that oracle. So this, if blood moon eclipse is a perfect time to make those links to your past lives, to make those lives to other existences, where, don't forget, we're multi-dimensional. We're not just this flesh and bone that we see in front of us. We are multi-dimensional, and Lord knows what that really means. We're finding out. Let's find out together. We're not going to find out by being closed off to it. Let's be open-minded about those things. Let's open up, okay? So that's why I chose to share that with you guys. I mean, there's quite personal things, and it would be quite easy, and I know some people will ridicule me, and I know some people will, whatever. Let it be what it's going to be. It sits with me. It works for me. It fits with me, and I like I say, I could do at least one whole show on that, of how that fits. But I'm so glad I shared with you guys, because the point is, it's going to help other people to open up, and the more that you guys open up about those things, the more it's going to help other people to open up. Yeah, I know you guys are with me, because I know you're all fabulous, open-minded people. Let's go in. Let's just round this reading off with a beautiful angel blessing. Let's see what comes in there from the angelic codes. What words of advice have they got for us? 3. Unconditional love. There you go. Doesn't that relate to the 2 of cups we were talking about earlier, about, giving that cup of love to yourself? Your most important relationship is with yourself. Replenish your reserves. That I'm going to put there on the 2 of cups, because that's exactly, thank you Spirit for backing that up, that's exactly what I was trying to point out to you guys with that energy. Alright, I'm so grateful for that. What beautiful imagery as well. The next one is compassion. Tread lightly, speak softly, use kind words not only to others but to yourself. That's more with exactly what we came in with at the beginning of the reading for the Scorpio energy. To, yeah, it does make you look at your shadows. Yeah, it does make you look at what needs to be healed. Yeah, it is very deep and very intense, and can be very obsessive, even very transformative, which can be very painful. You might still be feeling some of that pain, so go easy with yourself, go gentle with yourself, okay? Because look, that's showing us a sort of a butterfly's wing there, okay? A chrysalis. Not quite a formed butterfly, not quite a chrysalis. You might still be feeling a little bit painful. There might still be issues that you're healing. There might still be stuff surfacing. You're not quite the butterfly yet, perhaps, that you thought you'd be. That's okay. Go easy with yourself, okay? It's a huge transformation. Huge. I don't think it could be bigger, this kind of energy we're in at the minute. So, please go easy with yourself, okay, my loves? Find creativity. This is the next one. It says, find a creative outlet. It enhances your joy. It's time to make your soul glow. That's an excellent way to ground all this fabulous energy. If you finding something creative, whether it's like, I don't know, it could be anything, doing your garden, making some music, making some bread, making a nice tea for everyone, building something, painting something, creating something, creating anything. It could be anything at all that you can think of. Now's a good time to do it, okay? And it's an excellent way to stay grounded through this Scorpio eclipse moon, which is very important as well. When the watery energy is abounding and when the full moon is abounding, yeah, very, very important to stay grounded. So that's beautiful, beautiful advice there from the angelic forces as well. I hope this video has been enjoyable. I hope it's helped. I hope it's made sense. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. I'm truly, truly grateful for each and every one of you. Please continue to give me a like, share and a subscribe. If you haven't already, it's no catch involved. It's just a word, and they should use a different word. It's just like following on YouTube is what subscribe is. You just hit the bell. It's dead easy. There's no fuss. There's no bother. It's just helping me immensely, helping the channel immensely, helping other people, and you'll never be asked for anything by YouTube or by myself. 100% guarantee you. Okay, so I hope this helps. I love you all so much, and I'll be back soon with another reading. All the love and all the light.